This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a better route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We're now sitting in a Hongqi E-HS9 and in this video I'm going to show you how fast it charges. It's actually quite impressive. Alright, let's see now. So this one is at the Kempower, that's why it's a little bit different than the other ones. You see that it goes straight to 124 kilowatt and it kind of stays there for most of the session now. But I don't see that 135 that I've seen before, and even when I got the 135, it was just for a brief moment until it dropped again. But still very impressive how nice and flat it is. Look, compared to Tang. Tang is also fairly good for a smaller size actually. And then the Nio ES8, by the way, mind you, this is the old charging session. It's supposed to charge at 125 kilowatt fairly flat now for the first maybe 40% or something. So I need to test that, but the problem is that last time I tested it just a couple of weeks ago, I was not able to get that kind of speed. It was still around 100 kilowatt and then 90 kilowatt. And then also I include fat e-tron as the reference of similar battery size and then how fast it can be if you want something nice and flat. But okay, back to the Hongqi. You see 122 kilowatt, still very nice and flat. It goes a little bit up and down, but this is really good that it at least has a fairly flat charging curve. Not much to say there, I guess. Let's see what's happening at the BYD Tang. BYD Tang is also kind of flat there, and remember, but BYD Tang has the LFP battery. All the other ones, they are probably NMC or something similar, right? And the ES8, yeah, you see ES8 now started throttling a little bit to 90 kilowatt only, and then it actually stays at 90 kilowatt for a long time. But back to the Hongqi, you will see that it charges at 124 kilowatts, still at 42%. Huh? Okay, there is nothing that can beat fat e-tron. Of course, it's going fast and fast, 147 kilowatt. We already know that the fat e-tron will win, but it's just a comparison, a reference. But let's go look at the other cars here. Tang is also still very good. Look at that, almost 50% and still 119 kilowatt. That's the power of the LFP, I guess. But back to the Hongqi, you will see that Hongqi is now about to throttle a little bit, but this is still very impressive. Even at 50%, you get over 100 kilowatt. But of course, it's a 100 kilowatt hour battery, a 99 kilowatt hour. And just look in comparison, the ES8 is charging relatively slow compared to the two upper ones. But oh, look at Tang. But Tang is like a boss now, even at a higher state of charge. At 57% versus 56 on the Hongqi, it's still charging at 119 kilowatt. Really, really impressive with Tang. The only problem with Tang is that it needs 4 minutes to start ramping. Oh, there you go. At 60%, blah, 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 blah. Then it goes quite slow. But the Hongqi, even at 60%, it's still receiving 105 kilowatt. This is like a fat e-tron light, or like a or something like that. You know, it's not as fast as fat e-tron, but still, I'd say it's still very good charging curve. Okay, we're gonna see how it goes. By the way, down there you see the ES8. Okay, still not much going on. It hovers at 92 kilowatt, 90 kilowatt for a long time. I guess people who drive ES8, they're probably going to charge to more than 50%. So they will actually, for the majority of the charging session, be riding at 90 kilowatt wave. But just look how fast the Hongqi is charging at, huh? Still at 73%, it's taking almost 100 kilowatt. It's beating the Tang, it's beating the ES8. Okay, it's not beating the fat e-tron, but that's different. But wow, really impressive of the Hongqi, how fast it charges. We're going to take a look here. I think it will take a little, it will dip at 80%, but just follow now until 80% how fast and nice and flat it is. Okay, let's get a slightly bigger dip now. And then here, okay, finally at 80%. But it doesn't just plummet, it still managed to keep fairly okay curve. How is it with the other guys, by the way? There, Tang hit 80%. Oh, Tang, wow, look at Tang, man. Huh? Tang is like, buddy, you Chinese brother, I can still hang in there. Wow, Tang is actually charging faster than Hongqi right now. Wow, that's the power of the LFP. How about the ES8? The ES8 is like, not the, whatever, I prefer swapping instead. Yeah, I can swap and I can win over you guys. Well, where do you have the swap station, huh? Still have to charge on high power chargers. Okay, e-tron is done. e-tron hit 90% for a long time. e-tron is going for 100%. Yeah, but e-tron is cheating. Okay, but look at the old. Okay, well, no, Tang had a nice speed for a little bit. Now it drops, but this is really impressive with Tang, how fast it charges with a smaller battery. I can't wait to try the new Tang with a bigger battery. It's gonna kick some serious ass for the Lord. But then, okay, there, Hongqi hit 90%. Wow. despite having a bigger battery than the Tang. So okay, so second place is actually Hongqi, and then Tang is going to be on the third place, I guess. There, 90%. All right, and then the Nio. Oh, the Nio. Despite having 100 kilowatt-hour battery, actually the biggest battery of them all, but still the slowest. Oh, but like we use battery swap. Always be swap, always be changing battery. Always battery changing. But okay, so yeah, but of course I need to update the ES8. Well, I would love to update the ES8 charging curve. The only problem is that every time I try, it doesn't go that high. So even I tried the preheating. Well, the weird thing is the preheating button didn't work. There's a manual preheating button for the battery, but yeah. Okay, so now you guys have seen it. Now let's take a look at the charging curves. So I have the data here. This spreadsheet is getting bigger and bigger. You see, nice and flat. Well, I don't know why it's hovering at 124, 125. And then 120, and then 120. Well, this is from the charger. Could be battery heat, maybe, I'm not sure. And then here at 107 kilo, okay, at 60%. So, all right, let's show you guys the graph instead. Maybe this is more useful. You see here, the lowest one here, that's ES8 actually. Kind of disappointing, but okay, from what I've seen, ES8 is supposed to be at 125 kilowatt for a while. So ES8 should be higher, but then what happens past 50%, right? It's still going to be like 90 kilowatt or lower. Oh, okay. But and then the Tang has this kind of weird drop here. But this is the one. The red one is the Hongqi. Is that coincidence? You know that Hongqi means red flag. Yeah, so the red flag goes here, beating the Tang, but then slightly below, but still very good also. And of course the e-tron is up here. So this is just German. Yeah, these are just the wannabe Germans. So yeah, now you guys seen it. Fairly. Wow, what the heck? So the Tang. No, that's the ES8. Okay, No. Yeah, so ES8 still had fairly good charging speed past 80%. Okay, but which one is the winner here? Well, I don't know. Maybe you guys can answer. Which one do you prefer? I actually like the charging curve of the BYD Tang, but also this car. So 120-ish kilowatt flat until around 50%. I'll take it, and then even past 50%, we get over 100 kilowatt, roughly until 80%. I'll take it. Maybe in the future they will also update the charging curve to be even faster, because it's a relatively big battery, so it could probably take the beating, right, without frying the battery. So yes, I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.